$3% to these organizations. I mean, we gotta know where this money going to. I mean, a lot of times they getting, man, you got Canelo and Josh and all these guys, you know, making $50 million, and these belts getting 3% of that. Where's it going to? How's it helping the fighters out? What are they doing with it?
The fighter, how do you feel about what Crawford said about sanctioning fees?
I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, I think he should have talked about it, you know, before, because now he's talking about it when he don't need the WBC anymore. And he should have talked about it, you know, way back when I said something, he should have spoke up and said something about it too, you know, so I don't know, man. It is what it is.
Do you think that there needs to be a change to that system?
Yeah, definitely be changed. We definitely see, you know, there need to be some account of where's the money going, you know, because, I mean, we don't know. Is it going to, because all we see is like them having, you know, big dinners at fights and big dinners fights and, you know, they have big, what's the things they be throwing? Big annual, conventions and things like that. So, I mean, it should be accounting of where the money going. Like Canelo's huge purse, and then you get 3% of that or whatever y'all agree on. You know, we need to at least know account of, you know, where is some of the money going to. You know, so I mean, we don't know where the money going. We don't know where the 3% going to.
Now, to piggyback off of that, what do you make of TKO coming in and trying to make their own plan and change the layout?
In boxing, we do need a union. You know, we do need a union. Boxers do need a voice like other sports. So, you know, hopefully that can happen, but it's gonna be hard getting boxers to stick together. You know?
So Errol Spence was at the fight. I'm gonna talk about a couple things. His comments on Bud and the WBC. Also, I'm talking about his return, and then, you know, them staying on cold for Pitbull Cruz. So I'm gonna talk about all that, right? So I'm gonna first start off with what he said about Bud. He said basically Bud should have spoke up when he spoke up at the press conference. And I'll try to put that in there. I mean, at the end of the day, you was stupid about it. You know, you was stupid about it because you complained about something and then proceeded to still pay them. He complained about it, made them a deal. They said, no, you don't get paid. So guess what? He saved $300,000, right? Simple as that. He saved himself the bread. So he played it how you supposed to play it. Every time you peep something, you ain't supposed to speak on that thing. You know what I'm saying? See, people don't know how to play it. You know, a lot of these guys, they see it and they got to say it. They can't hold their tongue. They can't peep it, then exploit it. You know, sometimes your silence is your power. I think a lot of men don't understand that, where they feel like when they see some fuck shit, they got to call it out. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you let it play and then you attack it. You kind of catch my drift. Sometimes you let them think they getting away with something and then you hit them with the whoop-de-blam. That's how you get ahead, right? When people think they being sneaky and they think they playing in your face, they getting away with it, and you cut them at the legs. You know, that's how you beat the tortoise and you beat the hare. That's how you beat people. You know what I'm saying? I see it, and nigga, I see that fuck shit you doing, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You peepee like, I see what he doing. I'm about to cut him off right here and beat him. You know what I'm saying? People really I think a lot of people underestimate people's intelligence. You know what I'm saying? I think, and I think people who think they're intelligent, they think they're smarter than everybody else. I think they underestimate a lot of people too, if that make any sense. Like, but yeah, Bud played it smart. You played it stupid. As simple as that. He played it smart. You played it stupid. Yeah, you can raise awareness to it, but Bud got his, and then like, shit, I ain't gotta fight no more. Suck my dick. That's basically what he said. I don't need y'all no more. I'm gonna use you, and then I'm gonna cut you off because you see, like real talk, once you start forming relationships, you start working in the business world, you start having relationships when you get out of high school, even through high school, and you start really peeping how people move. You know what I'm saying? You see the Cobra strikes before they strike. You see them what they about to do. You know, you have premonitions of what they about to do. You see it. You already know what type of time it on. But a lot of us, we grow up and we got to get burned first. We give people the benefit of the doubt based on a title. Oh, we've been cool since the sandbox. Oh, that's my brother. That's my cousin. That's my sister. That's my aunt. Or that's my homeboy, man. We did this, that, and the third. Y'all give people the benefit of the doubt based on titles. That's what it is. Y'all give people and once you learn, some people never learn this. They talking about blood is thicker than water. Bullshit. Loyalty, trustworthy is thicker than water. Support is thicker than water. Honesty is thicker than water. Or thicker than blood and water. That's what you look at. And a lot of people never learn who in their corner, who not in their corner until they need somebody in their corner. Ain't nobody there. But Errol just played it wrong, in my opinion. So that's what I say to that. And then him returning, I mean, he ain't returning, bro. He in the doghouse. So he can say, I'm doing this, that, and the third. Bro, it's over with. It's over with. You know, Al ain't fucking with him right now. I believe that they tried to set him up against Fondor. He said no. And this is how Al only holds his black fighters accountable. He only holds the brothers accountable. The Mexicans will do what they want to do. Feed into that narrative that they believe that it's their sport and like dunk American runs on dunking, like shit, boxing runs on Hispanics. Like I said before, if we wasn't in it, it wouldn't even be on TV. It wouldn't be no popularity in it. If we wasn't in it as brothers, it wouldn't nobody care for it. And that's the thing about it. That's how you know America is got a lot of bigotry and racism for black fighters. They don't support them. If a fighter look closer to them, whether it's Ricky Hatton, Conor McGregor, whoever it may be, if the person look close to that demographic, they root for him regardless. If he from England, if he from, Ireland, if he from Australia, they rooting for that fighter. The majority of white America in general is rooting for that fighter. We're really, how can you say it? We're really immigrants in this country, even though we are the indigenous people in this country, like the indigenous people of Australia. Look up the indigenous people of Australia. But they treat us like we visitors. They treat us like used condoms. When they need to use us, they throw us away. We don't never get the support. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Ain't no support there. And I broke this down in another video. The only reason they support other black athletes and other team sports is because it's a owner to the sport, and 99.7% of the owners look like them. So it's a New England, a fucking New York. It's you know what I'm saying? It's a city and an owner, usually a brat owner that's associated to it. So you got to understand the game plan. They're not rooting for individual black athletes other than what they can do for the team and for the city and what they do for the owner. So when you get to individual black sports, Tiger Woods was an anomaly. It was a black guy dominating golf. You never seen it. Venus Serena was an anomaly. This is why you haven't seen them again. They were like, oh, we never seen this really before. Yeah, I know you have Billie Jean King and all that stuff. Arthur Ashe. I know a little bit about tennis. But you really hadn't had those phenomenons the way you had them. So you got to really understand, like, really ain't no country bagging of individual black athletes. It's really behind the sport. So, but I say all that to say this, it's a wrap for Errol. I'm glad that he ain't got to fight and come back and get the bag. But then you've seen the PBC code, right? You've seen the PBC code where Alden was on code with Pitbull, Cruz. Lamont had to know going into that fight, you down 3 or 4 rounds. That's just what it is. Going into that fight, you down 3 or 4 rounds. And I find it funny that a lot of people that was pro-Tank, a lot of people that was pro-Tank had him losing. Just peep to the guys that support Tank. Those was the guys that said he was losing. People who really knew boxing, who was objective, they knew he won. Sergio Moore knew he won. Everybody knew he won. I give an exception to some of the people at the fight, bro, because it looked different at the fight for sure. But in my opinion, I felt that Roach won by 2 points. And I think I felt really good about those 2 points. It was a couple swing rounds. that could have went either way. But I felt really good about Roach winning that fight. But I could see it being a draw. If you down 3 points going into that fight, PBC, you ain't a PBC fighter for real. They fuck with Pitbull Cruz. They favor Hispanics already. You fighting in San Antonio, the commission on his side. So ultimately, really, Lamont Roach, winning on one card, I believe, and getting a draw. I mean, that's what it was when he went in there. But a lot of those guys like Gary Russell Jr., Errol Spence Jr., and it might have been a few other people that was pro PBC. They got to stay on code. Remember, they was all on code when it came to dissing Wilder, dissing Crawford. Everybody was on code. Gary Russell had a lot to say. Errol was saying a lot. The Charlos was saying a lot. Who did he beat? This, that, and the start. It ain't gonna never change. Once a pussy, always a pussy. That's what they side of the street it breeds. That's what they side of the street it runs on. They run on it. All the motherfuckers over there, for the most part, damn near broke. Career didn't go the way it's supposed to go. I know Triple G and Nigel Bennett and Antonio Tarver getting into the Hall of Fame gave them some hope that even my bum ass too can get in the Hall of Fame. But ultimately, none of their careers went the way it was supposed to went. And all that money that they claim they got right now, that shit gonna be gone for the majority of them. Most of them niggas gonna be broke, if not already broke. And they still repping the same gang that robbed them of greatness, robbed them of opportunities, put them on the path. Say you could be like Mayweather, you end up being like Gayweather, you end up being broke weather, you end up being in those situations, which in my opinion is pretty fucking sad and pathetic. Be your own man, you Al's man. Y'all fake like y'all was going to different companies, can't go nowhere. Nigga, you signed your life away. He let them Hispanics do whatever you want to do. Y'all cap for them Hispanics. Y'all hate on every black fighter that did what y'all couldn't do. That's be their own boss or had the fluidity like Devin Haney to move around and do what they want to do. Y'all hating on everybody else who didn't sign their life away to Al. Y'all signed y'all life away to Al, and what do y'all got? A miserable, failed career. And maybe a couple fucking dollars to get you through 3 or 4 years of retirement. But hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. Hit the link tree, you can find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Peace.